jealousy, anger, sadness, express them. Don't let it fester up inside you and then you start moving funny.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Because then that person has the full right to stop being your friend.
Absolutely. Nobody wants to be around all that. I'm sorry. I sure don't.
Heck,
Maybe codependent people that want anyone around them. But
right, I can't trust you.
I don't.
You know what I mean? I can't trust you. I feel like you're always going to be trying to steal my opportunities and maybe even my man next.
Ew. I'm like, ew.
Am I wrong though? You know what I mean?
You're not.
Like,
no, stop.
this is like taker energy, and I feel like
it is. Like you
who
want
else
it because I
take?
got it.
Right. Exactly.
Oh no. Oh, you're gonna get me heated now.
Right.
Watch out. Watch out now. Did you miss us?
Hi, I missed you.
I missed you too. It was like kind of an unexpected break.
Yeah. But was necessary?
Oh, it was so fucking necessary.
Yeah.
You know, me a few years ago, I would push myself to do things when I'm not in the mood to do them. And not because I'm not in the mood, like, for my responsibilities, but, like, I'm dealing with some shit and I push myself to do it. Or I even, like, go hang out with people when I'm not in a good mood, like we talked about.
Yeah.
And it ends up being a shitty time and everyone knows I'm in a shitty mood. Mm-hmm. And, like, that is what I feel about this with you guys. I feel like you guys would be able to tell if we're not feeling it or if we're going through something or if we're sad and annoyed. Totally. And I don't want to project that energy into anyone that's watching.
No, for sure. They don't, I feel like our viewers, our people, our friends, they deserve us at our best. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like the most important thing to us is us taking care of ourselves so we can take care of, you know, our people too.
And do what we love.
Exactly.
Like, I want to be in a good mood when I'm doing what I love.
Right. And like, you know, sometimes, I mean, not sometimes, we keep it real on this channel. You know what I mean? Like all the time.
Maybe a little too real
right.
sometimes.
I feel like when I'm going through something, you know, I have a much harder time putting on like my friendlier kind of tone. You know what I mean? Like when I'm in a bad mood.
They call it the white girl voice.
Right. There's a name for that.
When you hop on a work call, you go from this to like, oh my God, hi, how's it going?
Right, your work voice. It's true though. And like, I mean, even just like to friends, like I feel like they know when I'm having a bad day because my tone really does sound so much colder.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. I feel like also, y'all know, like we post like obviously like zodiac videos or just videos that are not always positive. Not like we're posting negative shit, but like videos where we're giving, you know, certain people constructive criticism and
right.
shit like that. And it's like, I feel like if you're in a bad mood and you're trying to give someone constructive criticism while being funny, like it's not going to translate well.
It does not.
You know what I mean? And I feel like knowing us, like a Sagittarius and a Scorpio, like if we're doing that and we're not okay mentally or emotionally, you guys are going to be like, damn, they were kind of bitchy this episode.
Right. They're like, are they okay? Like,
right.
What's going on?
Do they even want to fucking be here?
Right.
For sure.
And we always want to be here. But, you know, I feel like there are times in the world as humans, like, outlying factors really do affect us. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. How could it not? Right. You know what I mean? Like, well, obviously, like, ignorance is bliss. Mm-hmm. And I know there's plenty of people in the world that, like, when shit's happening around them, it could be like literally in their own home to their partner or like in the world. They don't know that like, you know, someone's going through some shit. Like they're just not aware in that sense. Mm-hmm. And then there's people who feel everything. And I feel like I'm one of those people and I know you are too.
Same.
And I'm sure some of you are too. Like you just can't help but like feel, you know, what's happening in the world or what's happening in your personal life kind of like suck you dry of your life.
Yeah.
And things that are so easy for you to do are all of a sudden really hard because you feel the weight of the world on you.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you guys get that? Like, or like, do you know what we're talking about? And if you do, comment down below. Or if you're listening, go to our YouTube and comment down below. Do you guys ever feel like sometimes it's hard to do your normal things because of what's happening in the world, especially the past 2 years?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because it's not just like recent events that have been happening, but it really has been the last 2 years. I feel like we've been getting
2022,
hit back to
2020 part 2.
Right. Sarah said it, and you need to like TM that shit because I feel like it really is going to be 2022.
It is.
You know?
I mean, there's literally
2020.
articles about like all the crazy shit that happened in 2020. And like,
Yeah.
it's been happening 2021 too, but we were just more numb to it.
Yeah.
And it's happening this year too. You know, what's happening in Ukraine.
Mm-hmm. And I mean,
and lots more.
Yeah, and so much more.
And also,
you know?
I just want to briefly say, like, my heart goes out to everyone in Ukraine that, you know, feels unsafe in their home country as it's being invaded. My heart goes out to you. If you know anyone there, my heart goes out to you. And I just wish that countries understood war doesn't fix anything.
Oh my God.
And to stop being so greedy. Again, I don't want to get into war and politics too much, but like, that is one of the main things that is happening in the world right now. And it's sad and it's scary. And I just wanted to, briefly talk about it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as Americans, people living in the U.S., we have never felt this type of terror on our soil. You know what I mean? So, like, us as Americans really have a hard time probably even fathoming the fear that Ukrainian people are feeling right now. You know what I mean? Sarah, as an immigrant, like, she understands, you know what I mean, having to leave her home country. Like, and people who had to leave their home country, they understand this fear. And me,
of not feeling safe.
Right. And me as a U.S. citizen, I will never truly understand, but I fucking empathize. And I am so sad that this is happening to the Ukrainian people, and that people are also just being so ignorant on the internet, as always, saying really stupid stuff. And it's just pissing me off, because war is a very scary, serious thing, and a lot of us don't have control over it. You know what I mean? It's a very few powerful people who get to decide these very large things that affect us very heavily. You know what I mean? And the Ukrainian citizens, I don't even think Russian citizens chose for this. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
It's just like,
it's just kind of happening to them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And like, just like a lot of crazy shit too. Like, obviously what's happening with Ukraine, but you guys know what's been happening in Afghanistan as well, and how the Taliban has taken over and all that. And like, you know, the Afghanis, they don't feel comfortable in their home country either. And I saw a really sad article just recently that said there are literal people in Afghanistan selling their kidneys, selling their organs to be able to feed their kids right now.
Oh my God.
Yeah. They're like waiting in line and like doing it.
Oh
and
my
like
God.
that shit, like obviously we don't want to start this off. You guys are probably here to like unwind from your day, and we're like getting right into it. This isn't going to be like the whole podcast,
No.
but I want to talk about all the crazy shit that is happening in the world and all the sad shit that like, you know, we're all going through our own things. I totally understand that. But like, to be aware of also what's happening outside of your, you know what I mean, of your circle, of your environment. And how can you not empathize with it? You know what I mean? Like, that shit breaks my heart.
For sure. For sure.
And like, circling back, it's so hard to just live a normal life, go to work, do your things, like hang out with your friends. Like, I feel like I'm just barely holding on.
Yeah. No, exactly what you said. And I feel like it does bring it full circle, because it's like, we understand if you have gone through these past few days, these past 2 years, and you're like, fuck, like, I can't get up in the morning today. You know what I mean? Like, we're saying that we understand that. We felt that this past week, and we feel it often when big current events happen. You know what I mean? We're both very empathetic people, and a lot of our viewers are too. So like, we just want you guys to know,
how
like,
can you be spiritual and not empathize with people around the world? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I just want y'all to know that we see you in this moment, and I hope that you guys take the time for yourselves like we do to process these emotions, because it is really heavy.
It is. And like, you know, if you are around people that are ignorant, or that people that dismiss your feelings and tell you, well, like, get on with your life, or, you know, whatever it may be. Listen, people deal with things in a very different way. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you don't have to be there to feel for these people. Right. And besides what's happening, you know, in other countries or things that are not happening to you, you are still very much experiencing a pandemic. You are still very much experiencing a time period in your life where everyone in the world is trying to survive. Yeah. You know? And that affects you mentally, physically, all kinds of ways, emotionally. You know? So I feel like now more than ever, we need to have more grace for ourselves and other people. Yeah. In a professional environment, with your friends, with your romantic partner, with your family. You just need to have more grace. because everyone is dealing with something and no one truly feels safe right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why I feel like, you know, it's so important to do the things that bring you comfort, the little things. Watching your favorite show, going to your favorite restaurant, you know, doing the things that just make you happy, even just for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because when you don't feel safe, it's always in the back of your mind. When you're living in a pandemic, it's always in the back of your mind. At least it is for me.
Yeah.
And the people that I talk to, you know? I know not everyone cares that much.
Yeah, for sure. But for those who do,
right.
It is overwhelming. And Sarah is right that, you know, we have to do little things to take care of ourselves and talk to our people who understand our depth of feelings as well and who can validate us in that moment. You know what I mean? Because like Sarah said, some people also don't have those levels. And so they really will kind of make you feel dumb for saying like, hey, this is a lot for me right now. Like, I'm struggling. And they'll be like, well, it doesn't affect you. It's like, well, fuck you.
Yeah, who are you to tell me how it should affect me? But I feel like now is then maybe a great opportunity for you to realize maybe I'm not surrounding myself with the right people.
Yeah.
If people aren't able to be here for you or judge you or make you feel like you're doing too much and like, let's get on with it, maybe you realize that you need different types of people in your life. Maybe you need more gentle people in your life. People that view the world and life in the same lens that you do. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I actually encourage you to do that. If you feel uncomfortable sharing these feelings that you have about what's going on with the world, find new friends. Your family's annoying. Go make, you know what I mean, your own version of a family with friends or whatever it may be, because I feel like nothing makes you feel lonelier than when you are sharing these intimate thoughts and fears about yourself and they make you feel like you're doing too much. And they make you feel like, well, you care a little too much. You know what I mean? Just simmer down. And it's like, I can't do that.
Right. Like I
can't pretend. It's not in me. I can't.
No.
You could read it in my face.
Yeah.
You could feel me. Not even that. I could walk in and be like, what's wrong?
Right.
You feel my energy. You know what I mean? And you would be able to feel it through the screen.
For sure. For sure. And I feel like in these times, like I've said, we all need to take a break. And I don't want anyone to feel guilty for doing so.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we need to rest and recharge during these moments. You know what I mean? We need to process all of the heavy feelings that we are feeling and the insecurities and the fear. And all of these feelings are so valid, but you do have to give yourself the time and the space to feel them.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise you will burst out or you will be hella rude to somebody, you know? Like, I felt like I was on the verge of tears, like, the whole last week. You know what I mean?
I was crying.
Yeah.
It's Pisces season too. Like, happy Pisces season.
Lord.
But, like, I'm a Scorpio, so you know what I mean? It's my water sign season. I love it because it helps me release and rebuild and regenerate myself. You know what I mean? In every way that I can. But it starts with the crying. And I've been crying a lot. Let me know if you've been crying a lot. Love to see it. Love to hear it.
Right. Have actually been crying a lot. Been thinking a lot about my feelings.
Yeah, which is important. You know, it's so important.
It is.
And I feel like also with everything that's going on, all this time, you know, during the pandemic, most of us had a lot of time to think about ourselves too. So it's like all the healing and growing that we are partaking in and that, you know, we're evolving in so many ways. And it's like, while that's happening, also the world is changing and all this shit is happening in the world. And it's like mixing those two things together, it's very intense. It makes me think, you know, once this is over, we're going to be a whole new person, a whole new bitch. You know what I mean? Which is good. The world's going to be a whole new bitch too, hopefully in a good way.
Right.
But right now in the thick of it, it feels like a lot. Because think about it. When the world is normal and you're going through like a dark night of the soul and you're like evolving, it's like at least my external life is normal.
Yeah.
But right now the external life isn't normal. And the internal life, you know what I mean, like isn't normal either because most of us are trying to be something. We're trying to go after what we love. Like the pandemic has pushed a lot of people to figure out who they really are and what they want in life.
Yeah.
You know? And like doing that while the world is also changing, it's a lot. You know, it's like doubling down on it.
It's a lot. And I keep saying we have to give ourselves more grace. Like no one else has experienced this. ever.
People from the Spanish influenza, right?
The
Black Plague, did they all die?
There are a couple of them,
I'm
but
sorry.
I feel like even
is that
still,
controversial? I'm sorry.
I feel like it's still, you're so right though. But I still feel like it's really different, you know what I mean? With social media, well, I guess you're right. There was a world war going on there too, huh?
There
But
was.
what's going on?
There were, you know what I mean? Round 3. But also, no, I feel like we get credit where it's due. It's happening at the age of social media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The fact that this is happening with us knowing what's happening, that's why I always say love social media because you can connect with your friends, family across the world, all that good shit. But also, I don't know if we as humans were meant to know what's happening everywhere.
Yeah.
It's a lot to take in.
It's a lot.
It's nice because you get to make a difference because you see what's happening and people are held accountable because, you know, people can know what the fuck you're up to, you know, across the world. If you're doing some shady shit, people can record you and people can know about it. That's cool. But also, seeing all of this, seeing what's happening everywhere all the time, I don't know if one human mind or heart or soul is able to take all that in without it affecting them in a really unhealthy way.
Yeah, for sure. No, I couldn't agree more. I feel like we are in sensory overload, our generation, you know, and it's really, really not hard, but I feel like not a lot of people are willing to take the time to process everything that we go through. Take a little bit of time to themselves, you know what I mean? Not look at one screen for a second.
And the thing, yeah.
Journal, read, go on a walk, something.
And like we're, as millennials, you know, we were the last generation to experience life without technology and then also be so comfortable with technology because we got into it, you know, around like middle school, high school.
Yeah.
And like that's so interesting to me because we see both sides of it. And I forgot where I was reading about it, like just how much this sensory overload affects everybody and like how much it makes us not process our real feelings, our real thoughts. Like, I'll give you an example. You're watching a TV show. Already, you're watching something that, you know, with technology, you know, it's not a natural thought. You're watching something on TV. You see something you don't like. Oh, I'm uncomfortable. I'm going to go on my phone. You go on your phone to distract yourself from what you're watching on TV. It's like you're already distracting yourself from your mind by watching TV, but now whenever something makes you feel uncomfortable on TV, you go on your phone to distract yourself. Oh, you see something on social media you don't like. Oh, let me get off of here and watch TV again. You know what I mean? Like, we're not really taking the time to be like, why is this bothering me?
Yeah.
Why don't I like that?
Maybe I should tune out of that.
Yeah, or maybe I should turn it off. Or
Yeah.
I'm watching something triggering or something on TV. Why are you distracting yourself again with your phone? Face it. Stop running away from it with another form of social media or even when you're outside. You feel awkward, so you take out your phone and pretend to be doing something. Why? You as a human can't just stand there without looking at your phone.
Right, you feel so uncomfortable.
You know what I mean? But we all do it.
For sure.
We all do it. You do it. I do it. I know
totally
y'all do it.
I totally do.
And it's just like, I don't like it. I want to say that. Maybe other people do. I personally don't like it. I want to work on it. I don't want to distract myself with this and that because I'm too scared of my own thoughts and feelings.
Yeah. Or the conversations that may arise with the other people as well that you're with. Because, you know, sometimes when you're with your friends or you're out somewhere, you'll get on your phone too. And you're kind of trying to distract yourself. It's like, why don't you pay attention to...
Why aren't you present?
You know what I mean? In this moment. I feel like I do this a lot, like at dinners.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I'll be like kind of on my phone, waiting for food to come rather than having conversation with people. And I really try to be cognizant of it. And when I'm aware, I'm like, fuck, put your phone away. And I really try not to touch it for the rest of dinner.
Yeah.
Because I really hate when I do that. But I will admit I am addicted to my phone. You know what I mean? It is like almost an instant response. You know what I mean? To go and grab for my phone. And I can be honest about that.
I think a lot of people can agree. And it's like, I just want to get to a point where when my phone is there, I don't look at it as a tool that's going to make me feel more comfortable.
Right.
I don't want to feel like it's me and my phone until I die. I love that bitch. You know what I mean? Like, let's say I don't know where my phone is. Okay, yeah, it's expensive to lose your phone, but like, I don't want to have that heart attack. Where's my phone? I need my phone. Like, who gives a fuck?
Like, I need my eye on it at all times.
Who gives a flying fuck where it is? That's where I want to be. Like, I want to have, I'm talking about it like I'm in like in therapy or like, I want to be in a place my phone is lost for half the day and I didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm like,
sure.
oh shit, I haven't even thought about my phone for like half a day. Love that. My problem is, and let's talk about it.
Yes.
My problem is, I'm such a visionary. I'm so annoying. I'm such a fucking visionary.
Tell the people.
No. Like, truly. Like, I don't know if it's my fucking Libra Mercury, Libra in the 10th house, what it is. Ew. No, I love her. But, like, I feel like I'll be doing something and I'm like, oh my God, yes, in the present, like, reading. And I'm like, oh my God, this is such an aesthetic picture of me reading. And I'm like, well, let's do it, honey. Let's take a good picture. And then 15 minutes later, I'm trying to get the good shot of me reading. It's like, I could have been 15 minutes you were reading, you know? And this is me being honest. I mean, don't get me wrong. I read after I took the picture, but the fact that I spent 15 minutes trying to take that picture, it happens. The best of us. That is my story. And I'm not ashamed. And I'm sticking to it.
Can I say, I feel like also a combination, I feel like why our generation is extra kind of fucked.
Oh, yeah, tell me.
Is because, yes, we have social media, but then I feel like also a lot of us like have ADD or, you know, like ADHD.
For sure.
Where
I
we
do.
get distracted.
It runs in my family.
You know what I mean? Very easily.
Yeah.
So it is. You're like, I'm reading a book. And then you're like, oh shit, this would be a really cute photo. And then you take the photo and then you're on Instagram for like 15 minutes. You're like, fuck, I was reading.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
exactly.
oh, let me go back. And you're like, yeah, I was really focused on my reading. And then you read again for like another 15 minutes.
Exactly.
And you're like, la 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 la, like thinking about
and they're like, I wonder if other people liked my picture.
Exactly. You're like, how's my photo doing?
Ew.
Do people care that I'm reading?
Actually, so yes, what you said, what I said, and then what you said about the generation, and then add the fact that I have a Gemini moon.
Yes.
That's like the...
Perfecto.
No, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's like the motherfucking thing.
Yeah.
That's a cherry on top for me when it comes to me wanting to do 10 different things at once.
Yeah.
Like, girl, focus. And I'm like, but I got something better for you. You know? I got something better for you. Just watch.
Right.
I know the Scorpio in me is like, bitch, stick to the plan.
Gemini's like, what plan?
What plan? We don't like plans here. Plans are boring.
Right. We happen from nothing to the next.
Gosh, y'all. Thank God I meditate. That's all I gotta say.
Right. Okay, I feel like this perfectly leads me into what one of the things I want to talk about
let's
today.
Let's talk about it then.
Was
let's talk about it.
Personal Pisces season goals.
Oh my God,
you know,
yes.
any like Pisces new moon intentions that you're setting, just your vibe for this Pisces season, really.
Yeah.
You know?
Honestly, my vibe for this Pisces season is to cry it out. Like, honestly. That's my vibe for every Pisces season. Mm-hmm. It's like a time of release for me.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't hold it together. Honestly, let me just stop. Can hold it together? Who am I talking to? No, I can't hold it together. I'm always emotional, you know? But I will say during Pisces season, when I'm releasing and crying a lot, I'm really not thinking about it. Like during other seasons when I'm emotional, like Cancer, Scorpio, I'm like, what the fuck? Cancer season, I'm like, bitch, it's summertime. Have fun.
Yeah.
Scorpio season, I'm like, it's your season. Why you feeling so sad? You know, because it's water sign season. And then Pisces season, like, I just judge myself less. And Pisces energy in general, I feel like is so not judgmental and just so welcoming of any emotion that comes and goes and any feeling and whatever. So, like, I feel like I just really feel like I accept that I'm fucking going through it. And not as much going through it as like, it's just time to release. You know what I mean? It's time to release everything that's been happening. And I'm Iranian, so Persian New Year is coming up at the, you know, first day of Aries season, first day of spring. So I genuinely feel like it's like a release of like the last year for me.
Yeah.
During Pisces season, you know?
For
yeah,
sure.
a lot of inner child healing too,
Yeah.
I would say. Because during Pisces season, I'm very much like, I'm always an artiste and I love doing my creative shit and drawing and like journaling, writing poems, like just shit like that. But during Pisces season, when I'm doing it, it just feels so good.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Totally. And I love that you said Pisces is very non-judgmental because it's so true. And every Pisces season, I feel like, oh my God, I have all of these emotions, but I never feel like bad for it, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? And anytime I share my feelings with my Pisces friends, they're always like, oh, it's okay, honey. Like, it's fine, you know? And I feel like this season...
You're not, like, rushing through it.
Exactly. And I just feel like it's okay to feel as deeply as I do. And it's okay to be mad and to just feel the range of emotions that I feel. And so this Pisces season, just go through it. You know what I mean? Don't be so judgmental of your own feelings.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree. Like I always say, I feel like Cancer is the tsunami, you know? It's like, oh, woo, cardinal water, it's coming, baby. And then Scorpio is the depths of the ocean. That's like they say we don't know 90% of the ocean. Right. Like that's Scorpio energy, you know what I mean? And then Pisces season is like the waves. It's like you're going to go up and down, baby. You don't know where you're going to end up. But you're going to enjoy the ride. Or you're going to be throwing up like me because you're seasick.
Right.
So either way, like
but the
motion is happening. Yeah.
So for me, what I really want to kind of focus on this Pisces season.
Oh, yeah. Tell me.
Yeah. I'm bringing it full circle here because I told you like 10 minutes ago, I'm like, this brings me into my Pisces thing. And it does because I'm gonna circle it. I'm gonna circle it back for me. And you know I have a hard time doing that, but I'm Uppbeat. I'm Uppbeat this time.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Oh.
Usually I suck it out of you.
You're so lost in the conversation.
Like, no, it totally is. And she's a Sag Mercury, okay?
Right, so that's me.
You know, her Mercury is a detriment and my Venus is a detriment, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, I get it. I get having not so good placements when it comes to certain things.
Yeah.
You know, so I'll help you remember.
Thank you.
I give her keywords. I'm like, I think we said this.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, yes. It's honestly the best. I'm very grateful for it.
Oh my God. Wait, that reminds me, side story. Remember what you're going to say.
Yes.
I don't want you to forget. It also reminds me of, this is TMI. If you don't like talking about throw up, you know, go 2 minutes in. One of my, I wish I could write this as a skill. Like, I really do. Can I write this on my resume? I can make people throw up when they're drunk with just my verbiage.
Yes.
Like, truly.
This is fast.
And listen, I've done other things before to help people throw up because I'm a good friend and I don't want them to have the spins. But my best work is me sitting there and I think about what you've been drinking and I say hot tequila shots going down your throat. And multiple times my friends have thrown up. So I think it's just funny that I just need to use my words. It's the gift of the gab, baby.
Right. The Libra Mercury, honey.
That Libra Mercury. Anyway, circling back to your point.
Yes. So this Pisces season, I personally want to focus on journaling more and taking the time to really meditate, like shorter meditations kind of throughout my day. And I know you constantly journal. This isn't something that I've personally taken on, but you say very good things about it. And I just feel like during this Pisces season, when I'm trying to not be judgy of my feelings, I want to just let it all out. You know what I mean?
I think it's going to be so good for
you. And I also specifically want to make sure I'm doing it after my dreams too. Like, so in the morning, like after my dreams, because I feel like we've talked about this. Like, I feel like my dreams often are trying to tell me things and they have messages and they usually do. So if I have like a collection of it, you know what I mean? I can go back and be like, oh, yeah.
And I feel like when you wake up, you already have an idea of like how this dream made you feel. So I feel like writing down what your dream is and also in combination writing down how it made you feel, you could have an aha moment.
Exactly.
Of like, oh, that was the theme. You know? And sometimes writing shit down makes it real. I told you this. I told you, I don't know, it wasn't too long ago. I was like, well, you know, sometimes writing shit down makes it real. And that's hard for people to process.
Yeah.
You know, it's easy to let go of a thought or let go of a dream or whatever it may be if you don't write it down. But journaling is cool because you can write it down, you could release it. But to some people, they think writing it down makes it more real and that it has to stay with them. And it really doesn't. I honestly sometimes, as a Gemini moon, I feel like when I write it down, I let it go easier.
Yeah, and I feel like that's how I think. You know what I mean? Like when I write it down, I see it. I'm like, oh fuck, like that's
really real.
Shit. Like that's really real. Like and I judge my feelings. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie. Like I do. I'm like, fuck, that was dark. Like that was too much. Like nobody needs to know about that. And I prefer.
And no one has to
just
know.
Yeah, no.
You know, that's
so
what you need to tell yourself.
Yeah.
No one has to know. No one's gonna fucking read your journal. If they do, I'll kill them. Don't you fucking...
My best friend's going to come after you.
I'll be like, oh, hell no, that's an invasion of privacy.
Right. It's so true, though.
No,
it really
it's
is.
so true.
But yeah, I want to be less judgmental
And if anything,
of my
you could burn
feelings.
it, too.
No,
You know what
it's
I
so
mean?
true.
Like, you write a page and you really were like, I don't even want to see this anymore.
Yeah.
Go burn that shit. That would even feel good, too, sometimes.
Yeah. You're so right. Just releasing it.
It feels so
100%
good. Our
releasing it.
mind, it's wild because I feel like my mom always tells me, and I don't know if I said this before, but like I always ask my mom, like, how do you have room to hold all these secrets from people or like feel all these things and like not feel the need to like tell people everything you're going through all the time? And I don't know how to say it directly in English, but in Persian, she said, the heart has endless space, you know? And I love that, but I feel like it's the opposite for the mind. We need to be very careful with what we fill the mind with.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like journaling is really nice. You let go of these thoughts that are taking up space in your mind, and they no longer need to be there anymore.
Yeah.
So write it down, let it go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your
they do
heart
take
will
up
remember
space.
what needs to be remembered. Your
Yeah.
soul will remember what needs to be remembered. Fuck your mind. Your mind can sometimes be your biggest fucking critic. And a lot of times, your voice is different than that nagging voice that's being judgy and mean. That's not always you.
No, you're
a
so
lot
right.
of times, it's not you.
Yeah. You're so right. Such negative thoughts that are not necessarily you will fill up your mind.
Yeah.
And they often do, especially when we're feeling insecure or having doubts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, when you write it down, you can say like, oh, is this real or is it not real? You know?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Too, at least in my sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's like, sometimes it is looking at it, you're like, actually, I don't resonate with that. But I'm afraid to write it down because sometimes I'm like, I do resonate with that.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that means, and I don't know
And
how
that
to process
scares
it. And
me.
yeah, you know what I mean?
Because
Like,
sometimes we don't know the answer. Like, I feel like that's the thing with humans. Yeah. We have a problem or we have a feeling and we don't know how to fix it. And it's like, some things aren't meant to be fixed. Or maybe this part of you doesn't need to be fixed. It just needs to be felt.
yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So you can let it go.
Yeah.
But what we do is we take these feelings and thoughts and we shove them down deep into our own body and soul and mind and whatever, and it just lives there. And even though we try to live a normal life, we always still have this thought or feeling in the back of our mind that we have told ourselves we should be ashamed by or that we're judging ourselves for.
Yeah.
Where if you just express it in a way that is healthy, you will be able to live your life without that thought or feeling taking over.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which is what we all want, ultimately.
We really
right?
do.
Because I feel like those thoughts that, like, overtake ultimately keep you from doing what you really want to do.
Yeah. It's true.
And I feel like that's why it's so important to, like, silence that.
Yeah. I mean, it's like they always say, like, you need to face your fears.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, fears are scary because we don't face them, and the unknown is the scariest thing.
Yeah.
So, like, why not, deal with it head on? All right, let's write it down. All right, let's go talk to the person about it.
Mm-hmm.
Usually at the end of it, you feel better. Always you feel better. Usually, you know what I mean? Thinking about a confrontation, you always feel better after the confrontation or the, you know what I mean, the problem solving or whatever it may be. You always feel better afterwards, but before, because there's so many ways it could go in your mind, you think it's going to go really bad. But usually none of those scenarios actually happen.
No.
It's usually chill or ends
usually
up being
the
better
mildest,
than you expected.
Not always, but usually it's the mildest expectation that you could possibly have.
But I feel like our minds are just so scary.
Oh my God, yeah. We built it up so much more in our head.
For real.
Yeah.
Do you think that, like, I mean, I don't want to, like, go so deep into the deep end.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know what you guys, I mean, I'm sure you're spiritual if you follow us or listen to us.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder in, like, the afterlife or whatever, like, as spirits, like, do you think our brains is just not there anymore? We just, like, communicate via our hearts and our souls? Because that just seems so much easier.
I think about that. I feel like yes, because I feel like I've heard other people say that that's how aliens communicate too. Like, they communicate telepathically.
I love that shit. Here for it.
Yeah. So,
I
yeah.
don't want to fucking tell you shit.
Right. You just feel it.
Yeah. If you know me, you know me.
Right. If you know, you know.
I know. Go to the coffee shop, just stare. No? Okay.
You
don't get it?
Okay, so I want a double latte. I don't think you can get double latte, but you know what I mean. I was trying to be funny.
Shit. I get what you're putting down. I want to talk about something that everyone I feel like fucks with, which is friendship red flags. You know? And this page on Instagram called We the Urban, I'm sure you guys know about it, posted a post that said 9 friendship red flags. And I want to kind of go through a few of them throughout the next few episodes. And like we could go through it, discuss our thoughts, and I feel like it'd be fun. It would be fun. And you guys can comment if you agree with it or your experiences with it.
Yes.
So yeah, shall we get into it?
Let's do it.
All right, first one. Pay attention to how people react when you share good news.
Ooh, yes. This is so true. Because low-key, I feel like, not even low-key, high-key, there are some friends out here who don't want to see you win. No. They aren't doing well in life, so low-key, they want to keep misery company around them. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
they bring out their insecurities.
Yeah. You start doing well, they low-key will, like, say negative things to you when you're trying to share your wins or try and bring you down, try and humble you in a moment of celebration. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm like, who are you to humble me in my time when I'm trying to celebrate something? Yeah. You know what I mean? The fact that I took the time to share it with you and you're being negative, that is no friend of mine.
No, because if anything, you're supposed to uplift me, and I sure hope the people, and you know, I like to keep my friendship circle tight. It's very tight. So, like, those people have seen me go through it. You know, I can say that honestly about all of my friends. They've seen me in the dumps. They've had to pull me through it. They've been there through it all. So it would be very odd if I was winning and they wouldn't be happy for me. Because you've seen me at my worst. And it's like, that's how I see this. It's like, how can your friends, the people that have been there through it all with you, not be happy for you when you are experiencing a high in life?
For sure.
Because at the end of the day, life is all up and down all the time. You have a high, you're going to have a low. You have a low, you're going to have a high. Like, that's just how it works. And I want people that are with me through all the seasons. And I'm the kind of friend that will be with you through all the seasons. So it's fucked up.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
I want us to be happy for each other when we're winning separately. And I'm going to be there for you when we're not winning.
The other thing for me about this is I'm the type of friend, when I'm winning, you're winning. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you're the type of person who's bringing negative energy or is trying to take from me too much when I'm winning, because, like, I'll let you eat off me too, low-key. Yeah. Like, I have an issue with that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to have people who are just mooching off me forever. So you better be, like, being nice and happy for me, especially because I feel like there's enough winning energy to go around. You know what I mean?
It's endless.
I think
there's wins for everybody out here. And just because I'm winning doesn't mean you can't be tomorrow.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like, exactly.
I feel like everyone just needs to understand, and I get it. Listen, I get it. At the end of the day, I love this quote, jealousy just shows you what you want for yourself. It has, a lot of times it has nothing to do with, oh, you have it. Like, fuck you. Like, you really just want that thing for yourself. And when you see someone that you know personally get it, you might feel like a little jaded. Well, like, why not me? And that's fair. If you think, why not you, that's completely fair. But them getting it has nothing to do with you and vice versa. You know what I mean? Like, it just may show you that, okay, maybe you want something. Maybe you want something like that. But don't let it take over and for you to have this evil eye and just feel like because they're winning, you can't support them and you're just so angry. Like, you have to be happy for the people you love when they're winning. It just, I'm sorry to say it, it just looks funny when you're not.
It's true.
I don't care what you're going through. Get it together.
I was literally going to say the same thing.
Get it together. Just be a good person. Be happy for people when they're happy.
Yeah.
Don't suck them dry because they're happy. That's not okay. That's toxic as fuck.
For sure. For sure. Because, like, yeah, it doesn't, I honestly agree with you. Like, it doesn't matter if you're going through a really hard time. You can still be a nice person and say, I'm happy for you. Congratulations. You know? Like, even if you're going through the hardest freaking time, like, it shows how good of a person you are when you're able to say that. Yeah. You know? And I don't want friends who are, like, bringing that hater energy. That's such a no-no.
No, it's such a no-no. And honestly, I feel like even if you are going through it, all it takes is you telling your friend, I'm so happy for you, but I'm not gonna lie, like, I've been feeling down in the dumps because, like, it hasn't been happening for me. Like, even you just saying that lets your friend know, okay, they're happy for me, but, like, that's why they're being a little weird. Like, they're feeling a little insecure, or, like, they've been wanting a win so bad lately, too. Like, I totally get that, but thank you for showing me your support.
Yeah.
It's all about expressing yourself. Even not just friendship. This happens in relationships, too.
For sure.
Within families, at work, when someone gets a, promotion, your coworker that's been with you forever. Like, all these things can play out in so many ways. And I just want us to be comfortable with our negative emotions as a human. Jealousy, anger, sadness. Express them. Don't let it fester up inside you and then you start moving funny. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Because then that person has the full right to stop being your friend.
Absolutely. Nobody wants to be around all that. I'm sorry. I sure don't.
Heck,
maybe codependent people that want anyone around them. But
right. I can't trust you.
I don't.
You know what I mean? I can't trust you. I feel like you're always going to be trying to steal my opportunities and maybe even my man next.
Ew. I'm like, ew.
Am I wrong though? You know what I mean?
You're not.
Like,
no, stop.
This is like taker energy, and
no,
I feel like
it is. Like you
who
want
else
it because I got it.
Right. Exactly.
Oh no. Oh, you gonna get me heated now.
Right.
Watch out. Watch out now.
I'm mad.
We ain't there yet. We ain't talking about the men's yet.
Uh-oh.
I'm sure that's gonna be one of the red flags.
Right.
It's not there yet. But yeah, it's true. Maya is very correct. The situation may be different, but it's all about the personality trait.
Uh-huh. You a thief.
You a taker.
You a taker. I'm watching what you taking. You taking my joy. You taking, you know what I mean?
Well, let's talk about this. I feel like sometimes, two people in friendship are always doing things the same way. And usually this happens when you're younger, but I always say when it's younger and I see these grown-ass adults acting fucking crazy and weird.
Right.
So let me not even be ageist like that. Mm-hmm. Everybody's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Your grandma, too. No, just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Your granny and
not
your
the
auntie.
Grammy. Or your grandpa. It's not just about women, okay?
Right.
Men are weird, too.
Mm-hmm. Especially them.
Right.
Even
more so.
Yeah.
Anyway, a lot of times I feel like, sometimes you are friends with someone and you guys have the same level of motivation. And it works out because you guys are, when I say motivation, I mean maybe lack thereof sometimes. Or like, you know what I mean? Like, you guys have always, the reason this friendship works is because you guys are on the same level.
Yeah.
Sometimes one person all of a sudden wants more. And two things can happen. You might inspire your bestie, your friend, whoever, family member, your twin, to want more too. Mm-hmm. And you wanting more will motivate them to want that. Sometimes it brings out their insecurity and they're like, well, why do you want more? You think you're better than me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that can happen. And when that happens, again, realize it is not your fight. They're fighting their own demons. Mm-hmm. Go chase whatever dream, whatever it is you want, and hope that they can find that inspiration and that motivation themselves. It is not your job to pull people up with you, is what I'm really trying to say.
For sure.
It's really not. You cannot motivate people out here. I truly feel like when people are like, well, I need a good motivation, or like, what's your motivation? I can't give you what my motivation is. You need to figure that shit out by yourself. Yeah. Truly.
It's different
Maybe
for
you'll look at me and like I'll inspire you one day. Example, me. I'm not out here inspiring everybody. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you'll look at me and I'll inspire you one day. Doesn't mean I'm going to inspire you every day. You need to do that for yourself every day.
Right.
No one can do that for you, you guys, is what I'm really trying to say. Mm-hmm. You have to be sick of your own shit to be like, I need to change something about my life.
Yeah, the power is
I just
in
have
your
to say
hands.
that.
In that sense.
I think a lot of times
I feel like a lot of people want to try and pass the baton to others.
Exactly. And like, or just expect too much from people that, you know what I mean, they're looking up to. Mm-hmm. They can't make it happen for you. Mm-mm. You need to want that for yourself. And you need to believe in yourself. Mm-hmm. Is what I'm really trying to say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, next one. It says, pay attention to who you are around when you feel like your most authentic self. Keep them close.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this one too, because I feel like especially when you're young and you're trying to kind of figure out
be somebody
you are and be somebody.
Mm-hmm.
When you can be your wackiest, quirkiest, whoever you are self, that's important, because I feel like a lot of people in this world try and change you and try to say, no, you need to be like this. Don't do that. Go like this. And anyone who inspires you or reminds you that you're good or you're perfect just the way you are, you just being you is like good enough for me.
Yeah.
Is actually really rare. I really feel like a lot of people in this life want to change you or have expectations of who you're going to be as a friend, as a lover, or whatever. And very few people just let you be you and accept you for who you are. So I actually really love this one.
Yeah, me too. It's those connections that just feel natural from the jump.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you meet each other and it's like, have we been best friends in another life? Like, truly.
Not literally.
Like how we were.
Yeah.
We met first week of college and we just never stopped hanging out.
I've seen her every day since. Like, I'm not shitting you.
Ass.
And
like,
that doesn't happen with everyone that I meet, though. You know what I mean?
For
Like,
sure.
a lot of the time I'm like, oh yeah, you were cool, but like I don't want to see you every day. Like,
no, me neither.
No?
And like, my thing is like, I hate when I feel judged for feeling things too passionately. That's one of my things. I love that I express myself. I love that I feel everything all the time. So if you are someone I meet, a potential new friend, and I feel like I have to kind of hold myself back or not be too reactionary or like don't get too excited, don't get too passionate, I already feel like we can't be friends.
yeah.
Like if I'm in a professional environment with you or if you're someone's friend, like I'll be around you. I'm cordial all the way, all the time. Don't get it twisted. Unless you disrespect me, then it's not cordial.
Right.
But other than that, I can get along with everyone, but you will not be someone I will personally want to be around again as a friend, like a personal friend. I just feel like my thing is like if after hanging out with you, I come home and I feel like I need to decompress.
Yeah.
I probably am not my authentic self around you, and I probably don't want to be around you again.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? I want to be around my friends and feel like I'm releasing. You know what I mean? Like I'm having fun. I'm being joyous, or maybe I'm not having a good time. I'm not okay in life, and I need them, and I'm still releasing. You know what I mean? Like that's what I think of when I think of friendship. And y'all, I like my own time by myself too much to be around people that I can't be myself around.
Yeah, for
I'd rather
sure.
be alone if I have to pick between being alone and being around people that I have to fake it with, or even just be a little bit extra nice, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
or
for
just be a little
sure. Oh,
PG. I can't make the fucking, dark jokes that I usually make. Like, I don't want to deal with that shit.
Yeah.
I really don't.
No.
Again, why would I put on my white girl voice for you?
No, it sounds so terrible. And truly, when I have friendships who make me feel so comfortable with myself and actually bring out parts of me that I didn't even know that were meaningful to me sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And help me process emotions that I didn't maybe know that needed processing, or I hadn't fully came to awareness yet. You know what I mean? Like, those are the friendships that I value because they even sometimes see me or see, who I am before I see myself. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of my friendships, like growing up, really did see that. You know what I mean? Like they saw in me the type of person that I was, even though I wasn't always acting right, but they knew that I was a genuine person. And even when I fucked up, they're like, well, I know that she's genuine and she has good intentions, And like, that's important to me too. They know that like, okay, I know I'm not fucking perfect and I can fuck up and they're still going to love me.
Yeah.
No matter what.
It's unconditional, baby. You know what I mean? That's what we looking for out here.
Right, only the unconditional
love. Like, I'm getting unconditional love from my family, and I'm going to need it from my chosen family, too. And I have it, and if I can, you can, too.
Yes, you can.
Like, don't settle, you guys. Really
For
don't
real.
settle.
For real.
And this is for everybody of any age. Like, you have friendship soulmates out there. Don't settle being friends with these people that make you feel like you're too much or that you're not enough.
Oh, that's a hard no.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not fun. You want your tribe because they're truly a tribe, because they will uplift you when you're down and they will celebrate you when you're up. You want your tribe to be people that fully see you and accept you. And like Maya said, when you are not being yourself and you're acting out of character, they know that that is just something that is happening because you're going through something or because you're not yourself. They're not going to use that against you. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of times we have been, you know, in our younger days, been in friendships where you did something and you know they do shit too, but for some reason when you fuck up it's a bigger deal,
right?
And they hold you to these unrealistic standards,
yeah,
and they, you know, try to shun you from the group, like, you know what I mean? That's happened. And I know it's happened for other people too, where when you're young and you just want to be accepted by this group who doesn't end up being your end-all be-all group of friends.
No.
And they shun you because you fuck up, or you just feel like you have to change yourself to fit in with these groups. Fuck that.
No.
Your real tribe is people who accept you as you are.
Literally.
And all of your positivity, negativity, lightness, darkness, all of you.
And if people aren't accepting of that, like this point saying, it's a red flag. They're not your real friends.
Yeah. They're not. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if you catch yourself wanting to impress people when you're around them, they're probably not your real friends. Not to say that it always has something to do with other people. Sometimes you are going through your own shit where you feel like you have to impress people.
Right.
And I encourage you to work on that because you don't ever have to prove yourself to anybody out here.
No.
Also, I realize I use my hand a lot. I'm a Gemini moon, you know what I mean?
We active with the hands.
Yeah, like you just can't help but feel like you have to impress people to kind of gain their friendship. That to me is also a red flag. You shouldn't ever feel like you have to do something to impress people for them to finally accept you as a friend. Like, just do you, be you, and the right people will gravitate towards you in romantic relationships and friendships and jobs too. Just keep on doing you, do what makes you happy, and everything will align.
Amen to that. But yeah, you have to not be scared to say what you want.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
Or when you don't like something.
Unapologetically.
And that's what this point is saying too. You have to unapologetically be yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
It's hard. Especially in the age of social media. I can't even imagine how hard it is for the younger generation.
Oh, yeah.
With everything you see. You know what I mean?
For sure.
You feel like you have to fit a certain, you know, cookie cutter shape. Like, this is the type of person I am. These are the types of friends I have. It's like, no. You don't got to do anything, be anything, fit in anywhere. You could just be you, and I'm sure there's a weirdo out there like you, and that's going to become your best friend.
And they'll be your best fucking friend in the whole world, and you'll be like, wow, I don't even need anyone else.
Literally.
You know what I mean? Because when you find your person and your people, you're like, I literally don't care about anybody.
No, actually.
That's so
no, I mean, it's
but like truly,
no, like, do I care about humanity?
Yes.
But like, actually, when you find like your person, you're like, damn, bitch, where you been?
Right. Like, hi, I'm never letting you go.
Yeah.
Truly.
Oh, I feel like it's not on here, but if you guys want us to discuss like friendship breakups, we can have like, you know, good amount of the next podcast dedicated to it. Let us know.
Yeah.
I know, you know, breakups in romantic relationships are talked about often. And I feel like friendship breakups aren't talked about enough, even though they're like just as painful, if not even worse.
Yeah.
They know your deepest, darkest secrets and everything about you, your quirks, your weirdness, like all that shit, your trauma.
Yeah.
You know? So I feel like that would be a really interesting topic to like really get into. And if you guys are interested, comment down below on YouTube. And if you're listening on a podcast streaming platform, go to our YouTube and comment. So we know that you want it.
Yes.
Or like whatever topic about friendship you want, just let us know. Yeah.
Because we love talking about friends, and we've been through some shit with friends.
Yeah.
We have a 10-year best friend relationship going on here. So sisterhood. So we know about friendships. You know?
I really do.
I think I'm a great friend, and I know Sarah's a great friend, so.
Yeah, honestly. And there's been work that's been put into me to be a good friend.
Same, likewise.
Know? And I've had, you know, shitty experiences with friends, and sometimes I've been a bad friend when I was younger. Not anytime soon.
Not as of late.
All right, my bitches. I'm just kidding.
My bitches and my hoes in different area codes.
They're like, huh?
Like, wow.
No, you know what we're talking about. I missed you, okay?
Right. We love you
This is
so
how I
much.
talk to my friend when I miss them.
Right.
We hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. It was kind of like a bunch of everything as always. Like I said, we missed you guys so much. We're back and we're better and we're replenished. And I encourage you to replenish yourself if you've been feeling the heaviness of the world.
If you haven't taken a break, make sure you do that for yourself because there's a lot of energy right now. Okay? And Pisces season is the perfect time to process it, to feel the things in a non-judgmental way.
And let it go.
Let it go.
You know what I mean? Let it diffuse into nothingness.
Right. It's okay to feel the things.
Yes. Again,
know?
happy Pisces season. Pisces, we love you. You got some videos coming out your way. Okay.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. If you are, listening on a podcast streaming platform, please leave us a review. And if you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe.
Yes.
Okay. And share us with your friends wherever the hell you're listening because truly that helps us out a lot. And word of mouth matters. Your friends trust your input. So if you like us, share us with your friends. They'll probably like us too. All right.
We post every Wednesday for the podcast and every Monday and Thursday for our YouTube videos.
Unless we have mental health breaks.
Right. And
which...
we let y'all know on our Instagram when that is happening. So make sure you're following us on there if you aren't already because we update you on the things.
We're at CharmedanDangerous on there. Okay. And then our Twitters are also in the description box.
Yes.
Yeah, just,
we link them here. We'll link them here now.
Stick with your girls.
Yeah, follow us. We love you guys. We hope
love
you're
you.
enjoying Pisces season, as Sarah said. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.